Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the FastHeartMart co-video podcast. I am FastHeartMart, your host. If you want to know why I'm called FastHeartMart, just look it up. This podcast is brought to you by all my patrons on Patreon and all the people who tip me through Venmo and CashApp and PayPal and all the people who buy merchandise through FastHeartMart.com and so on and so forth. This podcast is also brought to you by Centered Ground Therapy in Carlsbad, California. Well, I think we're about 5 months into this pandemic thing, whatever it is, and things seem to be coming apart more and more in some ways. The hopeful outlook is that we were very out of balance when this whole thing started, and we needed to figure some things out, and we're just a big family fighting through things right now, and hopefully on the other side of this, we'll come out stronger and better and more happy for everybody. I think one thing that I've really been learning a lot about is peaceful communication. If somebody's espousing some ideas around me that I don't necessarily agree with, I don't necessarily find it's my job to interject my opinions on the situation, especially if I feel like it's just going to make it worse. It's better just to stay quiet. That's what I feel like. Now, if somebody asks me what my opinion is and they want a sincere exchange of information, then I'll give that to them and I'll tell them. But otherwise, it's just like, it's not worth it. You got to pick your battles. And there's also a way of de-escalating conversations. If somebody says something to you that you don't like, you don't necessarily have to fight fire with fire. I don't think it's a good idea, in fact. I think it's better just to let it go. I've been on the road for about 3 weeks now. I'm a little bit haggard. I'm here currently in Durango, Colorado with my good friends, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to be heading back to San Diego. I'll be heading back to San Diego after this. But I thought I'd do a song called Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. I feel like it's beautiful lyrics for these times we live in. These crazy times, going off the rails on a crazy train. That doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, like I've been saying at the beginning here. Maybe this is what it takes to find balance again. You have to go through some ugly, dark times. Crazy, that's how it goes. Millions of people living like fools. Maybe it's not too late. Learn how to love, forget all this hate. Mental wounds still healing. Who and what's to blame? We're going off the rails on this crazy train. On this crazy train, I listen to preachers, I listen to fools, I watch all the dropouts make their own rules. One person condition, rule and control. The media sells it, we hit the road. Mental wounds still healing. Who and what's to blame? We're going off the rails on this crazy train. Going off the rails on this crazy train. I know that things are going wrong with me. You got to listen to my words. Yeah. That's how it goes. Millions of people living like fools. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love. Get all this hate. Mental wounds still healing, driving us insane. We're going off the rails on this crazy train. We're going off the rails on this crazy train. All aboard! On this crazy train. We're going off the rails on this crazy train. Okay, I hope you liked that song. It's now joke time on the podcast. What is the difference between a hypothesis and a conspiracy theory? Nothing anymore, because nobody knows what's true or untrue anymore. And we have to all make our own informed decisions about things based on what we think is best, which is why we should always respect other people's opinions if we can. Because everybody's seeing the world the way that they need to see the world. And gardening tip for the day, if you're going to be on the road, and away from your garden for 3 weeks like I have been, then get your good neighbor to come over and help water your plants while you're gone. And hopefully they will be okay when you get back. Okay, thank you so much everybody for listening to this episode of the podcast. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure what's going on with this thing anymore, but I'm still enjoying making it. And I'm trying to put it out every week, but I've been on the road and a lot of things came up, so sorry about that, but I'll try to be better about putting it up every week now that I'll be back home this week. Thank you so much again for listening. See you next time, God willing. Stay peaceful out there and healthy. And listen to FastHeartMart until the next episode on Spotify and all your favorite sites, YouTube, whatever. Mental wounds still healing. Who and what's to blame?